Let's talk to a cabinet hardware specialist. Well, thank you for joining us today. Can you start by introducing yourself and sharing a bit about your background in cabinet hardware? Well, absolutely. My name is Jason, and I've been working in the cabinet hardware industry for over 20 years. I started as a carpenter, specializing in custom cabinetry, and eventually moved into product design and consulting. These days, I focus on helping manufacturers and designers select the best hardware solutions for their projects. Well, that is fantastic. It seems like cabinet hardware is just a small detail, but it plays a huge role in functionality and aesthetics. Why do you think that is so important? That's a great question. Cabinet hardware is like the handshake of a piece of furniture. It's the first interaction that you're going to have. It not only determines how smoothly a drawer opens or how quietly a door closes, but also contributes to the overall design. The right hardware can elevate a piece, while the wrong choice can detract and throw it right in the garbage. Well, that is a terrific analogy. Let's talk trends. What are you seeing right now in the terms of popular finishes and styles? From what I've seen, matte black and satin brass are still the leading charge in finishes. Both are versatile and modern without being overly trendy. As for styles, minimalist designs are huge. You'll see a lot of slim pulls and recess handles, but there's also a growing interest in vintage and industrial-inspired hardware. People just love mixing the old with the new. Speaking of mixing, do you have any tips for blending different hardware styles in a kitchen or bathroom? Most definitely. The key is balance. For example, you could use knobs on upper cabinets and pulls on lower drawers, but keep them in the same finish or material to tie everything together. Also, avoid mixing more than two finishes. It could start looking chaotic. Well, that is truly some helpful advice. It seems like functionality is another big consideration. Can you explain some innovations in hardware technology that homeowners or professionals should know about? Well, sure. Soft close hinges and drawer slides have become a standard in high quality cabinetry, but there's a lot more out there. For instance, push to open mechanisms are great for handle-free designs, and concealed hinges offer a clean, streamlined look. There are even motorized systems for lift-up cabinet doors and drawers, perfect for modern kitchen. Amazing. Well, hey, what is one mistake that you see people make when selecting hardware? Underestimating the impact of size and scale. A tiny knob on a large drawer can look out of place, and an oversized pull on a small cabinet can overwhelm the design. Always consider the proportions that are relative to the hardware of the cabinet. Now that's an excellent point. Last question for you. What's your best piece of advice for someone starting a new cabinet project? It should complement the design and be practical for your daily needs. Work with samples to see how they feel in your hand and how they look with the cabinetry. It's worth investing the time and the effort to get it just right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your insights. This has been incredibly informative. And if you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below. Well, my pleasure, and thanks for having me.